Hey, Kickers here once again at the video game store. But we're not here to talk about video games, we're here to talk about tabletop games, specifically one of my favorites, and to remember one of my favorite memories. Favorite memories because of how horrible it was. We are talking about Vampire the Masquerade, and as disappointed as I am that Bloodlines 2 has been cancelled, I still have many memories of playing Vampire. Now, this is a story from Vampire the Masquerade Revised Edition. And yes, I know a lot of people did not like that edition, but it was the first one I got started with. Give me a break. Now, I played a Ventru lawyer, and this, some people will actually be surprised, is the origin of Lucien. Though he was a different Lucien. This one was not nearly as much of a horn dog as the current Lucien is. Now, this Lucien was a lawyer in service to the Prince of New York. Now, we had been gathered together, me and our group of Gangrel and Toreador, to take over various areas of the city. Now, we'd all been given various missions. My mission was to maintain and acquire this large business. There was a tower within the city which held a bit of importance in its location and something else that was within it. So I was given a month to acquire this place. Well, my whole thing was, I was a lawyer, and I was someone who manipulated, who bedazzled, someone who weaseled his way into things. So, what I did was, I went over through records of the city. I inquired as to who held the deed. I inquired as to the vices and virtues of the people in charge. I did a lot of research in libraries, while my companions did their ruffian acts and caused ruckus through the city and utterly demolished a nightclub. I preferred to be a fine, upstanding citizen and blackmail the hell out of everyone involved. So, as I required all of my documentation, as I informed the prince that things were underway, that before the month's end, they would be legally in control of this property, I was informed by the prince that he did not want me to take the long method of this, and simply wanted me to go about and dominate the mind of the person who controlled the territory. What? No. What? No! I'm a Ventru. I'm an upscale, upstanding citizen. I don't just mind control people. What the hell is wrong with this prince? But, he's my prince. And so, I must do what he says. So, I schedule a meeting. I enter the domain of this person, and I enter their mind, and before long, they are, as they say, most certainly under my control. And I acquired the business dealings and quite a bit extra on the side. But this was also the last time I played with this storyteller, because if you force a Ventru not to be a Ventru, then he is not going to remain in your game. And that's the thing. A lot of DMs need to realize that players have strengths, and characters should be the ones in charge of what they do. If you give someone something that can play to their strengths, you can have amazing stories. If you force them down a track, you get stories with boring ends. So, talk with your players. Figure out what would make the best story for the pair of you. Well, not just the pair of you, for the group entirely. Work with each other. This is a story you're both telling together. Well, this is Keckers, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.